complexion routine along with a foundation review, which is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Foundation. If you'd like to see either of those two things, if you're curious about how I get my flawless finish, or if you are curious about how I feel about this foundation, then let's just jump right into it. I'm just going to be sharing with you my full review on the Urban Decay All Nighter Liquid Foundation. I know I'm really late on this, but I was given the opportunity to test it out. Now I'm going to review it for you guys so that you know what I think about it. A bit of a background on my skin. I have very normal skin. Its dryness depends on whether I'm hydrated or not. So I've been using different primers as well, and one of the ones I've really been liking with it is the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. This is supposedly really similar to the Bobbi Brown one. I know that, you know, Jeffree Star tested out next to the Bobbi Brown one and he said it was like the same. I have not tried the Bobbi Brown one because it is expensive, but I like how it makes my nose feel like it really just blurs everything out. That's what I've noticed, so I like it a lot. Alright, so here it is. First off, I am obsessed with the packaging. I think it's really edgy looking, and I'm a big fan of that because you guys look, my background is black. I'm a little bit on the edgier glam side, so this packaging is right up my alley. I like that you can see the product in here, very similar to like the Kat Von D style of packaging, which I really liked. So I'm gonna go ahead, and this foundation, a little goes a long way. Like really all you need is one, maybe two pumps, really depending on what you use. I know when I use a sponge, I absolutely need 2 pumps, but when I use a brush, then I can get away with 1 to 1.5 pumps. So I'm gonna dot it all over my face, and it does dry a little bit quicker. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this part right here and then move on to the rest of my face. But I'm using the Wet n Wild Pro Foundation brush. So as you can see, it's like a really good coverage and blends in really quickly, which I appreciate. Now I did notice that I like it with a sponge best, but at the same time, I do like it with brushes as well, but it has to be a very specific brush. So there's some brushes I've tried it with that I don't like. I happen to really like it with this brush specifically. I don't know, just the bristles on here work really well with the foundation. Usually my eyebrows aren't done. I'm just having to be a lot more careful this time because I'm also filming another video right now. So part of my makeup's done already. So it dries to a satin, almost a powder finish. I like that it's a matte, but it's not too matte to where it looks dry, but it's matte enough for like the fall time because I like a little bit more of a matte face with just a highlight for my glow. So here's my skin. I think it just gives just such a flawless finish. I haven't put anything here because I don't like to put too much product. I'm going to be putting some concealer, but I just love the finish of this foundation. It just looks so seamless. I really like it. So that is the finish. I really like how concealer lays on top of this foundation. Like every concealer I've tried with it just lays beautifully. And right today I'm using the BH Studio Pro Concealer, which has officially become my favorite one. And I really like that I can apply this one with my fingers and it doesn't look like crazy. I'm done with like all the cream parts of my base. I do go ahead and I have been setting it recently with a damp sponge and a powder. So I will just dip it in here. This is the Coty Airspun. And I don't know, I just been kind of just doing a cream contour instead of a powder one. Just, I don't know why. Just the past like few days, like I've just been preferring this. And I'll just take whatever is left on a huge brush and just, you know, make sure I didn't miss anything. Like, I still have like definition, you see? Sometimes I might go in and touch it up just a titch, but I mean like the smallest amount of contour y'all have ever seen me do. Like, I'm talking just a little bit. And I'll actually do it with a powder brush I've already been using, so it's kind of like diffused. I'm talking like, that's it. Like, this is all I do. Done. And I've been enjoying contouring that way because it's just, it's not too much. It's just enough. Because the foundation is so full coverage, it can kind of take that away. So I do like to bring it back, but I don't want to go overboard, you know? So yeah, that will be all the contouring that I do since I've been cream contouring a lot. With blush and everything, I'm using the same one I've been using, the Burt's Bees one. Really good universal blush. I like it a lot. And I've been taking like my blush, like I've been, instead of here, I'm going here a lot. And I've just been switching a few things up on my base for a more, I don't know, a more tighter, flawless finish, if that makes sense. The eyeshadow in here. So for the nose, what I've been doing is I've been taking a smaller brush and just going down the very center with my highlight instead of like going like with it, just going crazy. And then I'll do the very tip instead of going all the way down, because this will give my nose more of a, you know, that was a little cute button nose look. And then so I've just been using a lot of smaller brushes and it's been helping me out a lot, I think. I'm gonna go off and I'm gonna finish off my eyes and the lips and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. This is how my face looks after, you know, powder, cream contour, and everything like that with this foundation. So as you can see, it is a very high coverage foundation, but without looking cakey. Like, I have 2 layers of foundation on. I have a layer of cream contour, cream highlighting, regular, and then I have concealer on, powder that I put on with this sponge, and doesn't look cakey. It looks flawless. Nice healthy looking skin. I've really been enjoying this foundation. And once again, I know I'm a affordable channel, except the one thing I've always said is if you're gonna invest in something, it's gotta be a foundation. So I think that this is well worth the $40. I think $40 is also a pretty standard price. I really like it a lot. I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this foundation. As you can see, it's already like up to here, but I've been using it like every single day. So yeah, I like this foundation a lot, and I will have a link to it down below. I know this came out a while ago and I'm kind of late on it, but as I mentioned, you know what? Foundations are foundations, and people are looking for reviews on different foundations all the time, so I don't mind being a little late on reviewing something, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know if you've tried this foundation out, and if you have, let me know what you think of it. And also, if you don't like it, let me know your skin type. I'm trying to, like, you know, put things together. Since I don't have dry skin or oily skin, I want to hear from other people if you've tried this foundation. And if you are either oily or dry, check the comments to see if someone else has said something about the foundation, so that you can, you know, basically add to the review yourself. So for me personally, with my normal skin, I love this foundation. It's not too dry, it's not too matte, but it's not dewy. So it's a really good winter foundation. I do enjoy more of a matte face for the winter time, so this is probably my go-to winter foundation other than, you know, my other ones I've been using. I really like this. So that completes this review. I really hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to comment down below with your thoughts or, questions, concerns, anything you might have. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. And also, I would love it if you check out some other videos of mine and head on over to my vlog channel over there. I do vlog all the time, almost every single day. I've been taking a little bit of a break since I was doing Vlogmas and my 25 days of Christmas, but I'm getting back to it. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas, Happy New Year, and I will see you guys in my next video.